Right. Right. No, absolutely. I mean, being the taller guy presents you that opportunity, right? You could catch him. You could catch him first, having a longer jab. He comes in, right, trying to close that distance, trying to take that jab away, opens himself up to one of your right hooks as you're catching
Exactly.
him, right? So it always makes me think though, but it always makes me think about I think it was Abel Sanchez, right? His most famous fighter probably being Triple G that he trained.
Mm.
But Abel Sanchez, I saw him in this interview one time, and they were asking him in preparation for a fight that Triple G was having, and they said, "Do you give specific game plans based on the opponent that you're fighting, or do you just come in there and try and train Triple G to be the best guy that he can?" And his answer was, "Look, I just train my fighters to be the absolute best versions of themselves. And whoever he's fighting just needs to be able to handle that. And if they can't handle it, then he's going to steamroll them." But there's a lot of
I think
trainers
it's
who
a
take
little
a
bit of
completely
both.
different route and they want the specific game plans. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like I was saying, I think it's a little bit of both. I feel like you can implement both into, going into a fight. Of course, you want to be the best version of yourself, and when you fight the way that you know how to fight, you're going to be a dangerous fighter going into the ring,
Yeah.
regardless of who the guy that you're fighting is. But also at the same time, it's good to know how your guy fights and watch film and really develop a game plan over camp. So while you're in camp, you can really practice and strategize ways like in sparring. You can implement the things that you want to be able to use in the fight in training camp, so that when you go into the fight on fight night, you're the most prepared. So I definitely feel like you can use both, to your advantage when you're getting ready for a fight.
Yeah, fight how you train, right?
Exactly. Train how you fight.
Yeah, absolutely. So take us through just a little bit, maybe, right? Like you hear about how long are your camps? 8 weeks, 10 weeks,
Um, not too long. Like this camp was six weeks. So
6 weeks. Okay.
yeah, 6 weeks is usually like the like usual time I would say for camp. Of course guys have like pre-camp, where they're just, getting back into the swing of things, maybe, after a long hard fight they had some time off. So they do a pre-camp, just to get back, you know, uh get your rhythm and everything and timing before you actually go into camp, which is about, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks long. So
So break down what are some of the differences for you? I know you're a guy who stays active all the time. You're not out there running around making, bad life choices, getting all super out of shape and stuff. But what are the differences between just being in between fights and staying in shape and being in the gym and actually being in camp?
Well, I think when you don't have a fight coming up, I feel like that's the best time to actually work on things and really, you know, work on your craft. I mean, you're gonna work on your craft, you know, throughout the whole process, but I mean, like,
Mhm.
it's different because when you're actually getting ready for a fight, that's when you start to work on, like I said, the game plan and really implement, things that you're gonna do against this specific fighter for this specific fight. But when you don't have a fight coming up, I feel like that's when you could really work on, yourself and things that you have to, need to fix, whether it be like problems from a previous fight or
Mhm.
just things that you want to get better on. You can really take the time to slow things down and really work on these things so that when it does become time to get into actual camp to get ready for, a specific fighter, you got those things in tune already, or you've actually gotten better at those things, or even perfected those things so that
For
when
sure.
you get into the fight camp, it's even better.
Kind of hits both aspects like we were just talking about, right? It's like making yourself better just as a whole individual, right? As a complete fighter, and then coming in
Mhm.
and utilizing all of those skills in a very specific way for the
Exactly.
opponent that you're facing.
Exactly.